everybody, and welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, how are you tonight? Happy Tuesday.
I'm doing
Happy
great.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Yeah, we just experienced that in South Station. Taco Tuesday.
We didn't have tacos.
Well, we didn't have tacos, but it was Taco Tuesday. The place
and we were at a Mexican restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
which we will talk about later at the end of the episode.
Yes.
So definitely.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler. Well, not really spoiler alert, but teaser alert.
Teaser.
There we go. So what we wanted to do for tonight's episode is obviously we are right in the middle of college hockey season. If you've been watching this show, you know that we've been to several college hockey games this season. Mm-hmm. We've been to Babson, we've been to Bentley, we've been to the Bean Pie. We've got another one coming up that I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. But college hockey is really, a big to do here in Massachusetts this time of year. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take a look. There are two divisions of college hockey. There's D1 and there's D3, men's and women's. So what we wanted to do tonight was we wanted to sort of take a look at all the Massachusetts college hockey teams, both genders, both divisions, and see how they're doing this year. Just sort of give you a basic idea of how the teams are doing. Yeah. So, we're going to sort of go through all the multiple conferences that have Mass teams in them. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely,
So, let's get right into it.
Let's hop right along.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll start off with the Atlantic Hockey Conference that has 3 Massachusetts teams. And the first is AIC, which is American International College, located in Springfield. ACE is the place for the helpful hardware folks. Oh. Sorry.
It's okay.
But anyway, we have AIC. They are currently on the year 18-11-1 and in first place in the Atlantic Hockey Conference. So,
there you go.
Good job by them. Next up is a team that we know very well, the Bentley Falcons, who are 13-16-3 currently, are in sixth place in Atlantic hockey. So having a bit of a sort of up and down year, but hey, they did win the game that we won to. So
there you go.
That was good.
Maybe
we should go more often. Maybe we would be a good luck charge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then lastly...
They're going to call us back right now. They're going to start, the lines will
season tickets, yeah. And then for the last team in the Atlantic Hockey Conference on the men's side, Holy Cross, obviously based out of Worcester.
Cool.
They currently sit at 10-15-5 and in 9th place in the conference. So... Again, another team. I've actually been to their rink once. I went and saw a game with our pal Scott that we
that's right.
on the show. His alma mater, RIT, that I know we talked about a couple of times, played Holy Cross and plays in the same conference. So he and I went and saw them play at Holy Cross once. That was a lot of fun. All right, now moving on to the ECAC, which houses one Massachusetts team on the men's side. That is Harvard Crimson, who we just saw briefly in their Bean Pot semifinal against Northeastern.
That's right. Yeah.
They currently stand at 11-8-6 and in 4th place in the ECAC.
Oh yeah.
I know Kyle has actually been a couple times to the ECAC tournament up in Lake Placid.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You should rewatch that episode because we did a whole episode on Kyle's experience there one time.
Yeah, and honestly, for those of you who haven't seen the episode, I highly recommend that you guys go to Lake Placid. Whether honestly any time of year, whether it's in the winter or in the summer or any point, it's
spring,
it's beautiful.
Fall.
Yeah. It's beautiful there. It's really great. There's a lot to do in the coldest and the warmest of weather. So there you go.
Yeah. Plugging Lake Placid.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, to move on to the last conference on the D1 men's side that has Massachusetts team, Hockey East. Obviously a big-time Massachusetts conference. We start off with BC. Who is currently 19-8-1 and tied for first in Hockey East with a fellow Massachusetts school, UMass Amherst, who currently sits at 18-9-2 overall. Again, both those teams tied for first place. Sitting in 3rd place, a team that we saw play BC a few weeks back, BU, 12, 9, and 8 overall.
Mm-hmm.
Right behind them in fourth, you have UMass Lowell, 15, 9, and 5.
Wow, yeah, there you go.
Then in the sixth spot, a team that we saw a couple of weeks back, Northeastern, sitting at 17, 8, and 3 in sixth place.
Cool.
And then finally, having kind of a tough year is Merrimack, based out of North Andover,
okay.
7, 21, and 3, and in 10th place. So kind of a tough year for Merrimack. So, but yeah, so that's the D1 men's side. So,
nice.
Now moving on to the D1 women's side again. Okay. We'll start off this time with ECAC, and again it's Harvard. Harvard, the only math team in the ACAC, and they are on the women's side 15, 11, and 1, and in third place in the ECAC.
Oh wow,
so,
third place, huh?
Yeah, good for Harvard. So, in fourth and third, respectively, in the ECAC standings. Hockey East, again, big mass school host. Northeastern, sitting at top, Hockey East right now, 26, 4, and 2.
Nice.
BU sitting in second, 22, 6, and 4. BC sitting in third, 16, 3, and 3.
Both rival schools. They're
doing well.
Shaking things up.
Doing well. And then Holy Cross, again, having a tough year. 5, 21, and 5 in ninth place. In
Hockey. So, I gotcha.
Tough year for the Crusader women on that side of the ledger. So now going down a division to the D3 side, and we'll start off on the men's side in the CCC with Endicott. Endicott sitting at 18, 5, and 0. And in first place in the CCC. And then you have Curry in third place at 16, 4, and 3 overall. You have Nichols College, 8, 11, and 2 in fifth place in the conference.
I never even heard of Nichols.
It's out. It's in it's basically kind of like, I don't know exactly where it is. I think it's up north somewhere.
Yeah.
Gordon, I want to say. It's like Gordon, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But coming back a little bit closer, Wentworth, based in Boston. They are 7, 13, and 3 and sixth place right now. Becker out in Worcester, 3, 17, and 1 and 7th. And then finally, Western New England, based out of the Springfield area. They are 3, 17, and 2 and in 8th place in the CCC. Also, we have one independent school, so no conference affiliation for Mass, and that's Anna Maria College out in Worcester. They are 9, 7, and 5 overall. No conference standing, because obviously they're not in a conference. Yeah. They're an independent. The MASCAC. The MASCAC. Which is all kind of like the smaller state schools. Fitchburg State coming in second in that league, 12, 7, and 3. Westfield State at 10, 6, and 3 in third. Yeah. UMass Dartmouth, 9, 9, and 2, currently sitting in the fourth place in the MASCAC.
MASCAC.
Try to say that 3 times, or 3 times fast.
Sounds like a medicine.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna take some MASCAC.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna take, give me a shot of MASCAC. Salem State 4, 13, and 5 in fifth place. Worcester State 4, 15, and 2 in sixth place.
Very nice.
And then a school that's somewhat close to at least where I am, Framingham State, 2, 17, and 2 in seventh place. So kind of a tough year for the Rams on the ice, but it's okay. Now,
it's all right.
Moving on to the NEHC, the New England Hockey Conference. A team that we know very, very, very well.
Oh,
the Babson College Beavers, currently 17, 5, and 2 in second place in the conference. And by the way, just want to give them a quick shout out. We'll be hosting their conference quarterfinal game this coming Saturday night at Babson. So should be a good one right there.
Yes.
UMass Boston.
Should be good.
UMass Boston also doing pretty well, 14, 10, and 1 in fifth place. And then Suffolk, 5, 17, and 2 in ninth place.
Nice.
Now, another conference that Kyle knows somewhat well, the NESCAC.
NESCAC, yes. That's the one I know.
Williams College, 15-6-1 in first place in the NESCAC. Good
Not
job,
bad.
Williams.
Not bad.
Amherst sitting in fourth currently. They are 9-4 overall. And a school that is short distance away from here, Tufts, coming in the ninth spot at 7-14-1. So tough year on the hockey side for the Jumbos, but
that's right.
It's okay. I think both their basketball teams are ranked like number 1 in the country right now. So,
it's pretty good.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to the D3 women's side.
Oh, okay.
Last, wrapping it up here, the Colonial Hockey Conference. Endicott again. Killing it on both sides in hockey. 21-2.
Oh my god, are you serious?
First place right now. They are there.
Dude, that's like unbelievable.
Yeah, Endicott just nasty in hockey apparently. Who knew? Who knew a school by the beach was, nasty in hockey? But I guess anything's possible.
There you go.
Nichols in third place right now, 6-14-3. And Becker sitting in fourth at 6-15-2.
Mm-hmm.
Also, an independent, Anna Maria on the women's side, also an independent, like on the men's. They currently sit at 2-16-3 on the season. New England Hockey Conference, UMass Boston, 12-10-3 in fourth place in the NEHC.
Okay.
Suffolk, 8-13-3 in sixth.
Wow. Okay.
And Salem State, 3-19-2 in eighth.
Ooh.
And finally, the NESCAC. And how fitting. It's Amherst and Williams. Amherst 14-4-4 for second, and Williams 11-8-3 for fourth. So, those are all your Massachusetts schools in college hockey and how they're doing. So, Kyle, I just want to get sort of a brief reaction to what we just heard. Some pretty solid standings there for a lot of our Massachusetts schools in hockey.
I mean, honestly, yeah, this is pretty good. I feel like they're having a really good year. It was kind of fun seeing a lot of the, most of them I'd say are pretty familiar, but some of them actually I hadn't heard of. Like, what was the one?
Nichols, you didn't hear.
Nichols, I haven't. Yeah, I wasn't quite as familiar with that one. But the rest of them, it's nice hearing them. That they're like Northeastern, UMass Lowell, and Amherst, and especially Tufts. I mean, because I actually my job is currently affiliated with Tufts that I work in now, so it's kind of cool to see them in the standings there. So
yeah, and also a lot of teams that we've seen. I mean, Babson, BC, DU, Northeastern, Harvard. The list goes on and on.
There you go.
So, I mean, definitely a lot of familiarity there.
Yeah.
So a lot of exciting stuff coming up. And that is actually a perfect segue into my final thought for the evening, which is that Kyle and I are going to be attending another college hockey game this week. We are going to be Friday night at the BC Northeastern game over at BC, which is actually, surprisingly, to a lot of people who know me, the first BC winter sporting event, at BC, I should say. I mean, we went to the Bean Pot, obviously, but the first BC winter home sporting event that I've been to this year.
There you go.
Usually I go to at least a couple basketball, a couple hockey games. I've not had a chance, just for various reasons, to make it over this year, but we will be in attendance Friday night. BC Northeast, big game. Both teams ranked in the top 10 nationally.
Oh, that's good.
Big game for tournament positioning.
Yeah.
Hockey East tournament positioning.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually going to be playing Thursday night at Northeastern too, so it'll be sort of the back end of a home-and-home series. So it should be really exciting. And usually, kind of like with BU, the Northeastern fans tend to travel really well down the road somewhat to BC for these games. So I'm really looking forward to it, Kyle. That should be a lot of fun.
No, I'm excited. It's been I think it's been like over a year and a half since I went to the last BC hockey game. So it'll be fun to go back again. So yeah, I'm really pumped.
Yeah, we will, and we'll definitely. we'll definitely have an episode on it. One of our upcoming episodes will definitely touch on it.
Yep. We got a lot of it's funny because we got a lot of episodes coming your way. Yeah. So we got a whole bunch of,
we kind of brainstormed out a few episodes, so we got some good content coming. Although we should probably throw in a BC Northeastern episode in there as well.
We'll make sure that's the that's the next one, and then we can put the other.
We can kind of fill in the other ones exactly.
So, yeah.
All right.
So cool.
So now I'm gonna toss it over to my good friend here for the Sue's Reviews, another edition of this riveting segment that we do. Kyle, what have you got for us this week?
All right, so so there were a lot of things I wanted to talk about. All right, so I'm gonna let you decide. Should I talk about a movie or a game? Because I have one for each. What do you think?
I think. What did you do last time? Do you remember?
I think I did a movie. Oh, I talked about the Nicolas Cage movie last time.
So why don't we do a game this time?
All right.
Yeah, sort of switch it up.
All right, so a game. All right, so I stumbled upon one of the greatest nostalgic video games of all time. It's a game that came out very recently. It's called Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Now, I'm sure you remember Power Rangers, right?
Of course.
I'm sure a lot of people in the audience remember Power Rangers back in the early 90s when it came out. So it's a game where... do you remember Tommy the Green Ranger?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I probably would recognize if I saw it, but...
Yeah, he was the Green Ranger that could play. He started off evil and he sided with the main villain, and he could play the dagger as a flute. It was crazy. It made no sense. I don't know how all those physics work, but
wow.
So he was like an evil ranger, but then he turned good. In this game, though, there's an alternate universe in which Tommy just takes over the world, and then what happens is he finds out, oh, me taking over the world, that's not enough. So now I want to take over all the alternate universes. So it's this big universe-hopping game where you have to fight him and these other evil Power Rangers that that he enlists and everything. And it's just kind of like bonkers. It's like Injustice, if you guys have ever played Injustice, where Superman goes evil in some alternate universe, and then he ends up trying to take over, to control everything too. So got a similar vibe to that. So, Power Rangers versus Evil Tommy, that's the story pretty much. So, what about the gameplay? What kind of game is it? It's a funny game, and it's just a 2-versus-2 fighting game, or sorry, a 1-versus-1 fighting game, but it does have a tag team element, just like Injustice for the mobile version does, or Tekken Tag Tournament, where you can actually switch between 2 other characters. So you get to control a total of 3 characters, and you get to switch between all of them if you want. And they all have their own distinct moves. You can choose Power Rangers from either the old ones, the new ones, or even the movie ones, the ones that came out in that random 2017 live action movie. You can choose those too. Wait, no, they're all live action. I don't know why I said live action. But all the movies are live action. Yeah, it's a great game. It's I haven't really followed Power Rangers quite as much as some other people have. I'm not like what you would call a diehard fan, but I'm more of like a nostalgic fan of Power Rangers. Because as a kid, I used to watch the shows a lot. And this game kind of really brings you back. The fighting mechanics are really good, I think, for like a more independent style game. It's just a fun game to play. It's not gonna win any awards. It's really not. It's just kind of a mindless fighting game where you get to pick your favorite Power Rangers. You get to change their costumes even a little bit, and yeah, it's just fun. Yeah, and grab a friend because I'm sure you're gonna want to fight your friend too. So just like I'm gonna fight Robbie. See, we're doing our own battle for the grid over here.
Yeah.
Arm wrestle! There you go. Cut the tank from! Frogs are vicious.
Anyway, well, thank you, Kyle, for that lovely review before we kind of like devolved into chaos there for a second. There we go. Anyway.
We really jumped on that one, didn't we?
Yeah, we really hopped along there. Anyway. Killing it. So, what we want to do very quickly, we haven't really done this in a few episodes, but we want to do a very quick pre-show food review because we we
I was
kind of
just
touched
thinking
on
about
it
that,
earlier. We actually tried a new place today. We tried this place called Tavitas. It's a Mexican restaurant located right in South Station, right in the train terminal at South Station. We took the red line over there and we tried it out. It was really good. It was really good.
It was awesome.
Yeah, they have really good quesadillas.
Yeah.
Surprisingly good Caesar salads. You wouldn't really associate a Mexican restaurant with Caesar salad, but I tried it. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And I know, Kyle, you really like their chimichanga.
Yes, the chimichanga and the chips and salsa.
Yeah.
The salsa was pretty okay. It wasn't my favorite salsa, but overall I thought the presentation
Well, they gave you
really
like 4 different options, so you obviously ordered the wrong option.
Well, no, it was for the chimichanga.
Oh.
I got the right one for the chimichanga. I got the verde. That's how you got to go. So, actually, I mean, come think of it though, maybe for the chips, you probably could actually ask for maybe the other flavors too. Yeah. So, who knows? But anyways, no, it was overall it was really good. It was very filling. The meal portions are really big there. Yeah. So, yeah,
not too big, but enough. Enough. But no, it was very good. We give Tavitas and South Station a double thumbs up. Mm-hmm. Definitely another recommended place by the On a Couch Talking Sports crew.
Yep.
So, that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, he's Kyle. I'm Robbie. And we are signing off from the couch. And we will see you next time here on a Couch Talking Sports. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Let me feed my frogs some salsa.
But of course, you can't really have a staring contest with them because they don't blink.
Hey,
they're not real.
I'm just gonna bring. What
are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna have this guy with me the whole episode.
Sure, go for it. Yeah.
He's just gonna be on my lap.
You know what?
I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna make this one. Yeah, we're just gonna randomly have frogs. But we have to act like that's completely normal.
Yep. I'm just gonna pat him, and we're just gonna be like, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna tilt the camera this way. So
here we go. Ready? Ready, froggies? Ribbit. Oh, wait,
ribbit.
Ribbit.